between my head and my home. Been fighting the will to say salvation's every bit as.
All right, everyone, how are we doing? This is Wesley over at Cans Headphones, going live with you with another layer of the Big Bad Cans plan. Today, we're going to be doing an introduction interview real quick with Cammi Kol. Really sweet girl. I've gotten a chance to know her over the past couple weeks. I don't know if you've seen, but we did a little bit for her Tiger release. That slaps, and you'll be seeing a little bit more of that, and as well as her song "Right As Rain." But just real quick, let's give her a second to introduce herself.
Hello, I am Cammi Kol. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, right down under, and I am very grateful to be working with Wesley. He's lovely, and yeah, hopefully you can get to know a bit about me and what I'm like beneath the music.
Yeah, we got some fun little things lined up here real quick. You say bit behind the music a little bit, so we'll kind of get into the what's your life like over there in Melbourne, Australia?
At the moment, it's a bit dull because I'm in a lockdown. So
Mhm.
there's a lot I'm not doing musically and a lot I am. So I've had to really just adapt to the changes. So at the moment, I've got some new recording equipment. So I've like fully decked out my studio. I got a new mic. It's an Aston Stealth. I got
Oh,
Focusrite interface. I got a new stand. I got some AKG headphones. So I am just like buzzing because I've got all this new stuff. So I'm doing a lot of collaborations with friends, which will be on the way soon. And I've also got a grunge band called No Mud No Lotus, and we're releasing music in probably a month or so. So that will be our debut single, and we'll be releasing that. But in terms of my Cammi Kol stuff, it's a bit hard to do anything right now because I can't actually actively work with my producer in the studio, so I've got to just kind of put that on hold. But I do have music coming straight away once I can.
it'll be a lot of fun though. I think if anyone likes the Cammi Cole side, they'll definitely be very interested to see what grunge looks like for you. So definitely, I think people will be excited for that when it comes out,
Yeah,
especially with the new toys.
yeah. So it's actually interesting. We've got a bit of ska influence too.
Okay.
Very No Doubt, very Soundgarden-esque. Just just really stylistically important to me because that music means everything to me and it always has. So yeah.
That's cool. So is you'd say Soundgarden and that other one? I'm so tired. Yeah, there's the big influences for you then. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
that's. Would you say like what first kind of got you into music then? Was it like ska music? Were you like one of those kids who was just vibing to all the oldies when you were in school?
Um, Funnily enough, I didn't go down that typical rock highway. I went straight to pop.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, my mum was very she pushed me in that direction, and I was into a lot of the pop that a teen, at the time would have been loving, but looking back retrospectively is now embarrassed by that. So I think you can conjure up the type of music, but see here I'm wearing a Stone Temple Pilots shirt, so I've totally like reinvented myself. It when it comes to music, I'm basically into everything, but a majority of stuff is rock, grunge, progressive metal, and rock, and just straight into metal. Like I just span all of those genres. I even get into soul, jazz, like even techno sometimes. My newest single has like an electronic kind of feel and beat to it, so yeah, I don't really care at the end of the day, and maybe that's why starting off with just straight pop, you know, and kind of being made fun of it. It's like now I can really say I don't mind. Music is music to me, and I'm not
Yeah.
looking at who made it. Music now is just an enjoyment process for me, and the writing and the listening process is the same thing, you know?
Mhm. I mean, that's an interesting growth. I think that's the professional side of just being an artist where that comes into play. Is it's you're appreciating music for what it is at that point. It's not just hating because you're like, oh yeah, Kesha, ill. No, it's like, okay, well, if Kesha put out a good song, Kesha put out a good song. That's just what it is. So absolutely, mad respects to you there. Congratulations on your growth.
Thank you.
Uh, so I mean, as far as I guess we could say your style is Cammi Kol. What would you say that is then?
Cammi Kol is, in terms of my style, Cammi Kol is actually everything that's been bubbling under the surface for many years.
Hmm.
Cammi Kol is the music that um, I think relates most to people. But you know, a few years back, I was very misguided by the wrong people who told me that
Hmm.
my Cammi Cole stuff. Well, you know, I didn't write as Rain back then, but the
Hmm.
ideas that I centered around my solo work weren't really supported, weren't really encouraged as ideas, and I felt very boxed in. I felt very reliant on you know, my band members at that
Hmm.
time. And unfortunately I was in a scene where, you know, vocalists were looked down upon because, well, not so much looked down upon, but they weren't as maybe respected, um,
Hmm.
because, you know, you didn't shred on a guitar, or you didn't play blast beats on the drums,
Yeah.
and for me it was a bit of a it was a very raw moment, and you know, I was very worried about if I could pull off just doing something on my own. But as you said before, you know, growth is very important, and I allowed myself the time to really adapt to music and opening my ears, expanding my horizons,
Hmm.
and eventually you get to a point and you realize, no, I am good, you know, I what am I doing just sitting here not putting out my music? It could be the thing that saves someone. It could be the thing that inspires and helps another person grow. And that's not something I ever want to tamper with again. I'm, you know, straight into the music because it's the one thing that fills my soul, you know, and I'm not afraid to say that.
That's sweet. That's really raw. That's kind of a journey for you. I can imagine. There's a lot of, I can say, hate out there. So congratulations again for coming out on the other side, grown instead of bitter, because that's hard to do. You
Yeah.
know. Yeah, you see it a lot in the industry. People, yeah, I don't want to say like diss tracks, but people will like just let that bitterness resonate, and that just makes me more excited to see like where this kind of like this grunge side of you is gonna go, because you have such a positive outlook on a lot of things. I think some of the most like successful metal and grunge bands are just like the most positive, cool, level-headed people that you've met, and you're like, what is going on, and like
Yeah.
one of the bands that comes to my mind always is Metallica in that sense. So you
Yeah.
know that makes me really excited.
Yeah.
um I think one of the things you had mentioned a while ago in one of our correspondences was a music video. I love your lyric videos. They're I want to say to die for, and that's where I'm going to go with that. Just they're really cute, and I like the way that they just follow along with the song. I've seen a lot of lyric videos be done, and it's more just like hyped up karaoke videos. But especially Tiger, Right as Rain is really cute. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the band, but they have a song and it's called 6 Feet Tall, I think. And they did a really good animated lyric video like that, and that's what came to my mind. So are you involved in any of the creative process in those lyric videos? And then what can we look forward to in terms of music videos for you?
Yeah. So with the lyric videos, my very good friend Joel Holdsworth does them for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of a like the introductory idea on my part. I kind of lay out the color scheme, the idea, the
Mm-hmm.
lyrics, things that would resonate with developing the idea in more of the technical way that he could do that. So for me, especially in Writer's Reign, it's not necessarily about the character isn't, she's wearing quite baggy clothes. She's not looking like she's trying to prove something. It's really about mimicking the way that a song made me feel. With Writer's Reign, I was in a really bad place mentally, and I was wearing baggy clothes, and I wasn't feeling my best at all. I was laying on my bed contemplating what I was doing with my life, and um, it comes from a lot of maybe trauma underneath that I am working through every single day of my life. So for me, it's about, I don't hide behind anything but my honest truth, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's quite a different approach sometimes to the more rock vein of music, or maybe not. But for me, I just want to be relatable, and I want to be someone to look up to. And in terms of music videos, I was going to do one for Tiger, but the lockdown, it stopped everything. So
Yeah.
it was a bit of a stab to the heart, because I had this whole idea planned out, and my best friend was going to be in the video because I wrote the song about him, and
Mm-hmm.
it was going to be magical, but yeah, it couldn't happen. So whether after the lockdown I do a video for Tiger or I do a video for my new song, but it will
Mm-hmm.
definitely be either two, and I'm not I'm not planning on not doing a video. It will probably be first priority.
Yeah, timing is everything in this industry, especially with COVID and everything right now. It doesn't
Yeah,
doesn't get any easier.
no.
I that's before we dive into a little bit of what's coming, because I know you can't give away too much. I did kind of want to just give you an opportunity to maybe speculate a little. After all of this COVID stuff is said and done, whenever that may be, and you do get a chance to go travel, where do you think that will be to first? And do you think you'll try and perform a little while you're out there?
Um, so traveling is very important to me. I will try to expand my audience around Australia. It seems like the most logical choice first.
Mhm.
I do have friends that live in other states, so maybe an Australian tour at some point. But that's also hard because with COVID, a lot of the venues, especially in Melbourne, they're not doing well, and they're already capping the inside audiences, so it seems a bit tough in terms of maybe growing my audience. So I've had to maybe adapt to having more of a social media presence, and that's okay. But
Mhm.
so I will, try my best to do a tour at some point around Australia, even just a few states. But eventually, I do really want to come to America. Um, I've got some really good friends over there, right, sitting right in front of me,
Yeah.
and a few others. And I want to see how I go, in a completely new place. Oh my God, my stomach is rumbling because I haven't eaten. I feel
We'll get you out of here.
like a kid in class, like sitting in their exam, like writing, like, ugh, no. Yeah. So I can't wait to travel again and go overseas. I will go overseas as soon as I get the chance, and I'll save up
Be
for that.
fun. I see a lot of people talking about all the land you guys have out there, so I definitely think there's plenty of room to just put on a giant festival. We'll do it outdoors, European style, 6 feet apart, with the tables and everything.
Yeah.
um, so you had said you're working on a new song, which you might be able to put out a new video for coming in the future. Can you tell us a little bit about that before we put you on some lunch?
Yeah, sure. So I know we did a Q&A, and I said a different song, but I've changed the song. I I was really set on the other one, but you know how you sit on it and you get a bit sick of it, and you're like, I'm gonna write something new and see what I can come up with. So
Yeah.
this new song is called Emerald Lasts Forever.
Hmm.
It's actually a song about the lockdown. In my opinion, it's about emerald. So to me, emerald is nature, the green. It's about not being able to take comfort in that side of nature like I used to.
Hmm.
I, I would always just go on long drives to a reserve or a waterfall or a park and sit there and reminisce. And I'm a very spiritual person, so I like to just meditate and do deep breaths. So for me, it's about how I couldn't take comfort in that like I wanted to. Um, so, for instance, some of the lyrics, um, oh, I'll give you a snippet of the lyrics. So, in the chorus,
Okay.
it's hey, I'm so electrified. Grab hold and take what's bright. Say the lot and feel it climb. Begin to realign. Emerald lasts forever. We'll see this
Hmm.
out together.
Oh, I like that. That's
Yeah,
cute.
yeah. So,
So there's gonna be some like rawness in there.
oh yeah, there always is.
Yeah,
Always is. Yeah, yeah.
I like that. Well, thank you for that little snippet. We'll call that we'll slap an exclusive stamp on that right there. But I definitely appreciate your time today. Definitely make sure you go get some food in you. But Miss Cammi, thank you for coming and talking with us for a little bit.
Yeah, no problem at all. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you're doing really well. And I love our chats, and I love just getting to know you even more. And this is really important to me to get to know you and show you how much I appreciate your
Oh, what
constant support
came to
in my music and
me
my life.
came to be. Say